Abdullah from Bangladesh.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, I had a question that in my salah, if I get a thought of Riya and I just apply myself into Riya for a few seconds. I beautify my prayer for only a few seconds, and then I remember that oh no, it is Riya. Then I come back. Would it be considered that my prayer is invalid?
What are you talking about? Are you doubting that you're offering prayer because of showing off and Riya?
No, Sheikh. Sometimes I just look at another direction, and then my brother comes, and then I correct my direction of looking towards the Musalla.
Yes, this is sinful. What you're doing is sinful, because while you are praying, you're supposed to look at the spot where you're prostrating. So what you're telling me is that when someone comes, instead of looking in front of you, and they come and you don't want them to see you distracted or looking left or right or somewhere else, so you pretend that you're praying in khushu'. This is Riya. No doubt that you're doing something that is sinful, but in order to counter it, you should change your intention by rectifying it and making it for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, not for your brother or for anyone coming in. So likewise, I have a lecture tomorrow, and I got these feelings that I'm doing it to show off. Should I refrain from giving a lecture? Or should I say, no, I'm doing it for the sake of Allah, and rectify my intention and still go ahead with it? So this is what you should do whenever you get such feelings of Riya, that you should rectify it and make it for the sake of Allah, the Almighty. Tahreem from Pakistan.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I had a question. So I know that if we show off acts of worship, it can be Riya. But is this for like all good deeds that we do? For example, my parents asked me to do something, and I do it, but then I want them to sort of appreciate me, or let's say I'm being really nice to someone, and but like in reality, I need something back from them. So am I sinful for this?
So Riya is to show off. And the sinful showing off is in any form of worship. So whether it is prayer, fasting, giving zakat or sadaqah, teaching someone beneficial knowledge, Qur'an or Sunnah, etc., and you show off. This is Riya. And it can reduce your reward, and it can cancel your reward. If you show off in normal things of dunya, such as cleaning the living room. Why are you doing this? I'm showing off that I'm a good person, and I do my chores, and at the same time, after finishing, I want to go to mom and ask her for permission to go and visit a friend. When she sees this, she might agree. So this is not a form of worship that you're expecting ajr and reward from Allah Azza wa Jal. So there's nothing wrong in doing so. What is wrong? If you do such Riya or showing off in matters related to religion, and Allah knows best. Amina from the Emirates.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
So my question is, I know as women we're not supposed to use perfume when we go out. What about if a woman has a very strong offensive body odor? Can you use something to cover that? Jazakumullah khair.
Wa jazakum. So basically, the hadith of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam states that any woman who wears perfume and passes by non-mahram men who could smell this fragrance from her, she is an adulteress. She is a zaniyah. So this hadith prohibits a woman from wearing perfume when there is a chance for non-mahram men to find her scent, such as in the case when she goes with a driver or with a non-mahram relative in the car, or she passes by men at the mall and they find this scent. If a woman has an offensive odor, as was mentioned in the question, this is usually gone by taking a shower. self-hygiene would take this odor away. And there is nothing wrong in applying deodorants, because deodorants cannot be smelled as when you put and apply perfumes and wear perfumes. So deodorants would restrain and prevent such odor from appearing, but usually such an odor comes only from using the same clothes repeatedly, or when a person does not take a shower regularly, and Allah knows best. We have a caller from Canada, Raise.
Wa alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sheikh.
Assalamu wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, I have a question. What is the sunnah of following, how do I follow the sunnah of using miswak, and what is the reward? Jazakallah khairan.
The sunnah of using a miswak, this twig is called miswak, and it's very nice, very useful. The sunnah is to brush your teeth with it, whether sideways or upwards, depending on what's more convenient to you. And it is highly recommended when you enter your home, so that your spouse would find a good smell, before you make wudu, before you offer prayer, and after a meal, for example. So using it is something that is beneficial, and it is highly rewarded, because the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wassalam, had I not feared that I would burden my ummah, I would have ordered them to use this siwak before offering prayers. And Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.